NewGenGamers.com.
So we're going to look at a ton of his specific titles today.
And all of them, you're going to have a
them.
different feeling to each one. I mean, this is going to feel like a Miyamoto fest by the end of it, just because he had such a hand in the early works of Nintendo.
But there are so many talented individuals at that company, and we're going to look at so many, an equal number of titles not directly made by Shigeru Miyamoto that are stupendous.
And we can't forget the wonderful third parties that really brought themselves to shine in this generation.
So, in the end, this console was a total success because it had a huge breadth of titles. It created new titles that we hadn't seen on home consoles before, and just did a lot of amazing things with interaction in video games and just in the way they were played, the way they were thought out. We got puzzle games, we got RPGs, we got these beat-em-up games, we got these wacky games from Shigeru Miyamoto, all during the Nintendo Entertainment System's life.
And this
brought
is
home by Nintendo.
Yes. And now we're going to take a look at the other game that was on this package, Duck Hunt.
Another of their odd titles, and one not done by Shigeru Miyamoto.
Game select. There we go. I am a mess of chords. Help me. Alright, everybody. Now we're back, and we're going to play some Duck Hunt. Let's do one duck. As you see, the infamous dog.
One of the most annoying characters ever. And unfortunately, you can't kill the dog.
No.
But he is so happy when you get a duck.
He's a very happy dog.
Now this... Go ahead.
This one utilized the zapper. Go ahead, I'll shoot. You talk.
Yeah, this used the light gun zapper technology that Nintendo had developed and used in bowling alleys. They essentially did the same thing that this game does. They would put the image of the duck or whatever on the back of the wall, and you would shoot with the light gun and try and get a high score. And it was just something for a novelty that young people could do. So when they made their home system, they decided to bring the technology home. And we're not having a whole lot of luck killing the ducks here. So
it's been a while.
The technology uses CRT monitors to sense where the shot's located based off of the horizontal scan lines that the television flashes, which makes up the picture. Whenever the light gun sees that location mirrored back to the light gun, it knows where you're shooting.
Quit laughing at me.
So you can't play these on LCD screens, and you can't emulate them, at least not directly, obviously, because you'd have to have the input sensor. So
my eyes just off.
If you want to play these games, you have to keep an old television or monitor around that has horizontal scan lines. So
apparently GAT style doesn't work either.
This isn't working out real well.
But sorry folks, we don't suck at Duck Hunt. It's just maybe the TV's at a weird angle or something. Got one.
You got one. If you get the rest of them, you might make the round. But this was a pack-in game. After the NES was out for a little bit, and once Super Mario Brothers came out, they packaged Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt onto one cartridge and released it with the Nintendo Entertainment System. So Super Mario Brothers became, and still is, the #1 selling game of all time due to its pack-in with the NES. It sits at 40 million copies sold. The Nintendo Entertainment System itself sits at 62 million units sold. So, a lot of those Mario games came with the NES, and so obviously a lot of Duck Hunts have sold as well. Now here's the skeet shooting part of the game, so you can shoot ducks, or for you pacifists that don't want to kill real ducks, or artificial
virtual ducks,
or virtual artificial ducks, you can also do the skeet shooting. Or for
this one's more accurate, I think. Maybe I just suck at shooting ducks.
So this is the pretty much the extent of the game. You try and beat the challenges of how many you have to get each time. They go faster, and more will appear on the screen at one time, and it's a great time. Now the Zapper was released to be a significant peripheral for the system, but you didn't see a whole lot of titles that actually supported it. There were only a handful, and most of them weren't that good. And Nintendo didn't put much support behind it themselves, which didn't help. You know, if they had had maybe a couple titles beyond Hogan's Alley that really took advantage of it, maybe we would have seen something.
Well, Duck Hunt's still a classic, though.
But Duck Hunt was a great time, and considering the Zapper came with the system, everyone had one, so if you had the system, you had Duck Hunt.
Yeah, so, well, that was our look at Duck Hunt.
So, enjoy it.
Yes. Get yourself an old NES and play some Duck Hunt.
We got it!
I guess you got the touch.
After wrestling with the Nintendo Entertainment System, we get the screen. And,
Right.
So here we go with Bubble Bobble from Taito.
Now it's the beginning of a fantastic journey into the Cave of Monsters. Can you see?
I can.
Okay.
We forgot to
Switch it over.
Switch our monitor arrangement after the last.
Yeah, we needed
segment.
the CRT for Duck Hunt, and now we're forgot to switch it to the LCD.
But that's fun. Hooray!
Yay! Now we'll move on to the next level. This was a great two-player game. You just go through and try to knock off the little toaster men.
Wind up, Toaster Men.
Reminds me of that movie, The Brave Little Toaster. Except they're evil. And I'm hogging all the points there, sorry.
How in any way can a toaster be brave? That's the worst idea
Apparently
ever.
you haven't seen the movie.
No, I have not. Oh,
I love The Brave Little Toaster.
I died.
He died? Oh, man.
So, your goal here is to jump around on the different platforms and kill the Toaster Men and other enemies that come after you.
Oh, they got me. Using your bubbles and bouncing around here, grabbing your points. That one's going to drop a apple or something.
So
Now there are letters on the side, which I'm not sure. Those have some significance, but God help me if I can remember what they do. I did figure it out. I've been playing this a lot lately since they just released it on the Virtual Console. I rebought it. And here's the Wizarobes.
Yeah.
Ah! Apparently something killed me.
Yo, video game dudes, talk to me! This is Game Genie, Brokaloo, the awesome video game enhancer for your Nintendo Entertainment System. Attach it to most of your video games. Double Dragon 3 or Super Mario Bros. 3. You can go to any level. Live forever. Jump higher. Make your own effects. And get radical firepower. Go to any level. Jump higher. Stay bigger. Live forever. Game Genie, the radical video game enhancer.
DJGamers.com